Long time no see, everyone. It's your old mate Chicagon, back at it again. This time with what I think is, well, actually I did check, it's part 17 of building my capsule wardrobe. So as always, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's really fun interacting with all of you, and I do appreciate all the support with all the videos that have come so far. And yeah, let's keep it going. It's a lot of fun. Oh, and before I forget, I also do have a Discord. I don't really talk about the Discord because the Discord isn't super active, but there is a fit channel, there is a fashion talk channel, and it would actually be really cool to be able to engage with more people and, you know, build a little bit more of an offline community there as well, even though it's technically online. But yeah, if that's something that's interesting to you, check the link below and you can get an invite through to the Discord and see you there, maybe. Before we get into the pickups though, I did want to address items that have left the capsule wardrobe. First of all, the Random Identities cashmere merino wool sweater has left. I did only wear it a couple of times and honestly, it just didn't feel good on skin. I think it's me and wool. I've mentioned this before, it just doesn't seem to work out and it's really unfortunate. Adding to that, it really is a bit form hugging, even though it's a large, so it does show off all my lumps in all their glory. So personally, it makes me feel a bit self-conscious wearing it. So I figured it was best to move it on. And now it is living happily in its new home. Next up, we have the black Rick Owens Adidas Mastodons. Now, these are a shoe that I got pretty early on in my collection, and it was actually something that I didn't take lightly, but I did think about a lot, and eventually, in the end, decided that it was better to get rid of them because I have too many other similar dark black shoes, and I actually did replace them with something which you'll see in this video. Spoiler alert, it's the same shoe, just in a different colorway. Another pair of shoes leaving is the Doc Martens Undercover Spiritual Noise boots, the corduroy boots. Now, I loved these boots, but I just could never get around to putting them on because of the corduroy. It doesn't really seem like a material that should be on a shoe, especially a boot. So it was like a boot that you'd put on, but you couldn't really take out anywhere in case it was gonna get wet or dirty because it would be a bit weird to clean, and I just was too anxious, so I just never wore them. In retrospect, I probably should have paid more attention to the material when picking them up, and that's something I definitely need to pay attention to going forward. And finally, leaving the capsule wardrobe is the Julius zip up, kind of like a bomber. Had a double zip, it was beautiful, had the very interesting material that made it seem like it was a towel in some parts, but again, just something that I didn't wear very often, and so it was time to pass it on. And luckily the person that picked it up is really into Julius, so I hope that it gets a lot of wear with their new owner. So in this pickup video, we have 6 items, 2 tops, 2 bottoms, and 2 pairs of shoes. Now, when I was making like the list of what would be featured on this video, it looks like these have turned out to be very basic items. So the theme of this video is kind of basics and things that will definitely be able to fit with whatever, but can also just stand by themselves. A pretty simple go-to thing to wear for whatever occasion, but mostly casual occasions, you'll see. All right, so with that addressed, let's jump into the pickups, starting off with the tops. So first of all, interestingly enough, is a Rick Owens mainline piece. I didn't have any Rick Owens mainline pieces prior to this, but amazingly, I got this Fall Winter 15 Sphinx Tunic. Now, it's called a tunic. I don't know whether to call it a singlet, but it's not quite a singlet either, but it is this beautiful top. It's a bit dirty. I need to get it washed again because, you know, these white parts rub up against my Dio, so they get a bit white. It's a really lovely tunic. It's quite heavyweight and it has this smallish mock neck going as well, so it does look quite interesting. It is also very long. This is a free size and it's a little hard for me to get in and out of, but I do like it and I like how it feels, and hopefully if I lose some weight, it'll become easier to wear. I got this at a very, very reasonable price, actually from the same seller that I got the Mastodons from that you'll see shortly, and overall, pretty happy with it. I've worn it a few times. I've worn it out once. As you'll see in the clips, I have very pasty upper arms, and I think I ran out of time to get them a bit darker as we're heading into winter time and less sunny days. So we'll see how it goes, but it is nice and heavyweight, and I do see myself wearing it probably with something over the top in cooler weather, but otherwise really stoked with it. It's interesting. I've never owned a singlet or I guess a tunic before, so excited to see where it goes. Next up is the other top, and this is another Rick Owens piece. This is a dark shadow Rick Owens level tee. It is in a very heavyweight fabric. In fact, on the inside, you can't really tell. The inside is not the regular light cotton. It kind of feels a bit like the felpa inside. So it's kind of a little bit furry, a little bit warm. So I was surprised to actually receive it and see like, oh, this could be more of a cooler weather t-shirt. It didn't get a lot of wear initially throughout the warmer days because it is, you know, heavier weight and a lot warmer than a regular light t-shirt. So I'm looking forward to wearing this more as it is getting cooler, and I have worn it a few times. It's a great basic piece. The initial owner as well actually shortened the hems. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see it very well, but it's not a very well done job. But it's okay, it kind of makes it feel a bit distressed, a bit interesting, so we'll see how we go. The white balance is going wild with this, so bear with me. Overall though, I really like how it fits. It's very, very, very simple. The way it sits on the front, it has like these two seams across the front, which is a bit lower than regular, like in the middle. They kind of sit in the front of the shoulder. So I think it looks pretty interesting. And as usual, it has the very telltale back seam, which is very common across a lot of Rick Owens tops. But yeah, really cool t-shirt. Actually got this as a package deal of Depop with the next item that you're about to see, which is a pair of Claude Maus. I'm not sure how to say it, but they are drop crotch 3/4 pants with this little string detail that hangs off the back. I love things that hang off the back. And you'll see that another pair of pants coming up also has something similar to this. I just like movement in my outfits. I think you will have gathered that by now. But yeah, this pair of pants just appeared out of nowhere, and I saw them and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting, like a drop crotch 3/4 pants. A drop crotch 3/4 pant from a brand named Claude Maus, which is apparently a now defunct local Australian avant-garde label. Before my time, but I really like these jeans, and as always, I was looking for something that I could cycle in, and since I'm getting rid of my Monkey Time pants, I needed something to replace those. And these have worked out pretty well. I've worn them a few times if I'm gonna be going out for a ride, or I know I'm gonna go out and get a little bit sweaty and I don't wanna wear something too nice. And they're quite comfortable. Like the only downside, I guess, is the drop crotch for getting on top of a bike, but that's not really an issue. You just sort of hike them up a little bit and then get on, and then you're fine for the rest of the ride. So ultimately, for the price that I got these, I'm very, very happy with them, and it's good to have like a beater pair of pants that aren't too nice and you're not too stressed about damaging them or treating them poorly because they may have cost you a pretty penny. So really happy for this deal for these, as well with the Rick Owens t-shirt. Shout outs to that seller. Really stoked with both of these pieces. All right, now the second pair of bottoms. It's been interesting throughout this whole experience making sure that I do not buy anything new and trying to avoid buying anything new as well. However, I mean, this might be me breaking that rule. I guess like the Uniqlo tops that I've got are all new, but I was looking for a pair of stretchy jeans, and jeans can be a bit difficult when you can't really try them on. And getting things in Japan, as you will have seen in other videos, sizing is really complicated, especially for pants, and getting anything that's slightly more fitted than things that are supposed to be oversized is a nightmare. That's why I have pairs of pants in that wardrobe that arrived and didn't fit. So check out the Depop if you want to pick them up, as well as other things that I'm selling too. So around Christmas time in Australia, I guess other parts of the world, there are lots of things called Boxing Day sales for the day after Christmas, and many, many things are discounted. A shop in the city called Mirai, they sell things like Balenciaga, Mastermind, 11 by BBS, among other things. And they also have Rick Owens there. They only stock Dark Shadow. However, those deals are 50 to 60% off. And I went in a couple of weeks afterwards, so most of it was gone, had a brief look and saw a pair of Detroit cut jeans, and I was like, oh, these are in my size. However, I won't try them on. Like, I'll come back in a few days and see if they're here and go from there. I did come back, they were still there. So I was like, look, I'll try them on. They might not fit because I don't know my jean size because I put on a bit of weight. And lo and behold, they were stretchy. So they did fit. And I was really surprised about this. Looked at the price tag. It's a little more than I would pay for jeans, and I have paid for jeans. However, the look of them being that wax look, they were also object dyed, which is the process where the item is completed and then it is dyed as a whole, not the fabric being dyed at the very beginning. It just looked very unique, and it also had a hanging tag off the back that was very, very long and sort of flowed around that you could also tuck in a pocket if you didn't want to do that. So I said, look, I'm gonna wait a week. And if these are still here, I will buy them because I don't see myself buying any more jeans in future if I have this pair of jeans. A week passed, I went back, and they were still there. And I don't understand why they were still there because they were 60% off, an incredible saving off the retail price. So I was like, look, put them on again. I was like, yes, I'm taking them. And these are my Rick Owens Dark Shadow Detroit cut stretchy waxed jeans. So as you can see, the tag is a little black. The tags inside are, where are the tags? The tags inside are also a bit black, and that is from what I assume is the object dyeing process. But these jeans are so nice. Here's the long dark shadow tail thing that's in there. Someone thought I was a furry, and I'm not kidding. Someone did when I was letting that hang out. But these jeans are great, and I love how they fit. I love how they look. The wax look is amazing. Gotta make sure not to wash them too many times to lose it. Overall, I'm really happy. I did spend more money than I would have liked to, but in retrospect and after really thinking about it, it's like I no longer need to buy another pair of jeans until these ones fall apart, of course, but I'm not looking for them. I don't think about other jeans. I don't look at other jeans. These are the jeans that I wear when I want to wear jeans and I want to go out and do stuff. So I'm really, really happy with these. I'm really happy with how they look and with how they fit. The stretchiness, mwah, chef's kiss. I love them. Really, really happy with them overall, and I can't wait to wear them in and make them mine even further because I'm really, really stoked with the purchase. And it's kind of an interesting thing of like, you know, if you do want to spend a little bit more money on something, you're definitely going to get a lot more out of it because you have made that investment and you've thought about it. And I feel like sitting and thinking for over a week about whether I wanted these jeans has led me to this point where no regrets, like on my chest or on my tramp stamp, I guess, when I wear them so you can see them and be like, wow, he really doesn't regret getting those jeans. Okay, now moving on to the final section, shoes. First of all, we have Rick Owens Adidas 2016 Mastodon Pro Model. Now, this is a shoe that I had in black, and then I sold them, and then I got them in white, and my reasoning was I didn't have white sneakers. A bit of trivia though, the first pair of Mastodons I had were indeed white, but they were way too big. And yeah, if I ever get to the point where I have trivia about me, that might be a question. So yeah, I got these for a very, very reasonable price and in incredible condition. They're just a little bit dirty, but basically no heel drag. I'm just surprised at how good condition they're in. Original laces as well. They're like the other ones, but they're all white instead of, you know, black and that cream color. There's not much to say about them. They're just the same shoe, and I really like this shoe. I've tried wearing them a couple of times, and yeah, it's a thing where I figured, oh, I should get white sneakers to have some variety. But whenever I put on white sneakers, I feel very normie. And it's not a bad thing, but it's never quite the look that I want. And it's taken me like getting these shoes to realize that. So I'm not sure whether I will keep them. I need more time to figure it out. But yeah, that's how I feel. I really, really love the shoes. I love the silhouette. I love the chunky sole. I love everything about them. But when I wear them, I feel like I'm not wearing them to their fullest potential because I have no idea what I'm doing with white shoes. So yeah, check back in. We'll see what happens. Next up, I've already done a video on these, so I won't spend too much on them. but these are a pair of low Rick Owens canvas dark shadow Ramones. Now I opted for the low version because I do have a lot of high top shoes, and getting another pair of high top Ramones, whilst, you know, a dream, it's a similar thing to having like the pair of black Mastodons. Too many options of similar silhouettes, so I probably just wouldn't go for it. So I opted for the low version, and I am very, very happy with these. They're a bit hard to get in and out of. These are a size 42. That's where the shoehorn comes in, and I mentioned it in another video, but shoehorns, definitely get one. You can get them very cheap from like Kmart or another retailer, maybe Daiso, but trust me, they will definitely extend the life of your shoes because of the mechanism, which I don't quite understand how it works, but we love to leverage things with a shoehorn, so shout outs to shoehorns. Okay, so they are the items I have gotten over the past few months to make up this kind of like more basics haul, and whilst there is nothing very avant-garde or out there about them, it's stuff that does pair well with other things. And even though saying that, the looks that I've come up with for this one are a bit more straight down the line, regular, things that maybe you'd wear out, I don't know, first dates where you don't want to shock someone with coming in looking like a Dementor. I'm not quite at that stage yet, maybe one day. Let's call it nice, achievable looks. But there's a bunch of them. I think like 6 or 7, maybe 8. So I hope you enjoy them, and I'll see you on the other end of the looks. Okay, so they were the looks that I was able to come up with using the pieces from this haul. What did you think? I'm pretty happy with a lot of them. It's interesting trying to get the tunic to work. I'm not familiar and also not very comfortable showing my arms, so that's why I've given a lot of options with putting something over the top in case you want to hide the guns and, you know, keep people guessing a little bit. I think the one that I'm most on the fence about is the Mihara Yasuhiro Nehane, like the black and white over shirt, short sleeve shirt with the black jeans and then the Mastodon shoes. I don't know. I just feel when I was saying normie earlier, it makes me feel very normie, and that's not a bad thing, but I just don't feel it represents me very well. Probably with a different pair of pants, it would look a bit nicer. So I don't know, maybe wearing the balloon pants with the Mastodons would look better. But yeah, it's something I'll just have to figure out myself in future. So that comes to the end of this video. I really do appreciate anyone who got to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, leave any comments or likes. Love to chat with you if you have any suggestions or ideas. And also, to mention it again, I do have things for sale on Depop and Grailed if you are looking to buy things and get pieces of my wardrobe that I am no longer wearing. So, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. Take care, have fun, and as always, don't do anything I do. Until next time, take care, bye-bye.